Okay, Rachel, the final example problem. Okay, this one is actually pretty easy. We gave you the focus, it's at 4, 0. The vertex is at 0, 0. Find the equation of the parabola. The first thing you do is you want to get a mental picture of what the parabola looks like. Okay, so you use the information you were given. So the focus is at 4, 0 right here. X equals 4, y equals 0. So it's on the x-axis. The vertex is at the origin. So immediately, what can you tell me about how this parabola looks? Immediately, you know that this parabola is going to be facing the right, because its focus is right here. So you know that. Well, if that's the case, then what is the general form of the equation of a parabola that looks like that? I hope you know that now. That's the case where we square the y. That's the case where we square the y, okay? Y squared equals 4px, okay? I hope you recall there are two cases. Yeah? The other case is when the x is the one that's squared, 4py, okay? But this case, because it's facing this side, you know that, for every y that you take, both its positive and its negative, the x is going to be the same. Okay, so you take negative y negative 2, y positive 2, they're still the same x because you squared the y. That's how you remember. You can work this out if you doubt whether you recall correctly or not. Okay, you can always you don't have to memorize anything actually. You can always go back to the first principles and check it. Okay, so well, once you know that, really, what's there to do? The only other thing you need now is this p. Really, p is all you need. Okay, and what's p? Well, it's the distance from the focus to the origin, 4 units. In this case, because you are given this is 0.40, so that's your answer. So your answer is y squared equals 4 times 4 times x equals 16x. That's the equation. Y squared equals 16x is the equation of your parabola. I hope that's clear. I mean, these things are actually, this one is extremely simple. I think the second one we did is a little more interesting. You have to think a little harder, but this one really is quite straightforward. Okay, so just remember the general form of the equation, that two types depending on whether it's facing left or right, or whether it's facing up or down. Okay, that's the key, and p is the parameter or the constant there that has certain properties, related to the parabola, and once you remember that, you can always figure out things. Okay. All right. I hope you got enough out of this. Make sure you look at every single clip that I'm sending you, that I'm posting. Look at every single clip because they all have useful information. Don't just go and look at one or two or skip them. If you skip them, you're going to miss useful information. Okay. What else did I want to say? Okay, that's it. Rachel, what if in this problem number 3, they had told us that instead of 4, 0, they had told us that the focus was minus 4, 0. Okay, what will you do differently if they had told us that the focus was minus 4, 0? Well, minus 4, 0 is over here. So you will have known that if the focus is here, the parabola will look like so. Okay, and then the p, in terms of absolute value, is still 4 units, right? It's still 4 units. Okay, but how does the fact that this is looking this way affect your answer here? All you have to remember is that it's facing left. It means that this will be negative, so your standard equation is 4px but then you know your P is 4 units. Let's just say it's 4 units. So you know that there will be 16x here, meaning 4 times 4. But does it have a, will this be a plus sign or minus sign? This y squared equals, you know, well, for that, you have to remember that when it's facing this way, it's negative. When it's facing that, it's positive. When it's facing up, it's positive. When it's facing down, it's negative. Okay, so this will be minus. Okay, that's, you know, that is, I don't want you to be trying to memorize this, whether it's P, minus P, or the, you know, if you know what you're doing. Now, another way to think about this is to know that when it's facing up or down, are really the two cases you need to remember, in fact, because you can pretend when it's the horizontal versions facing left, you can now pretend that you are looking horizontally. You see, this is now your up. That's how you can pretend that, as if, you know, you're on your side and you're looking like that. That's your up. You see, instead of we always looking like that, but you know, you can do like that. So everything that happens when you're looking up will not be the same now, because this is now you're pretending as if this is now your up and that's your looking down. You know, it's really, there are many ways to think about it so that you don't have to remember too many things. Okay.